Good morning, Celebration Church. My name is Ricardo, and welcome to Celebration News. If you're a first-time viewer this morning, we want to get to know you, so you can go to the link in the description below to fill out an online Connect card. We want to give you a gift, so make sure you stop by and say hello. Also, if you can make it, join us on Sundays in person at Celebration Church. Right now, we're at 10 a.m., but starting on August 30th, we're going to 2 services, one at 9:30 and one at 11:15. I hope to see you there. I want to take a second and thank those who partner with us financially. It's because of you that we're able to push forward through our mission and spread the love of Jesus. And if you want to partner with us financially, you can do so by our website or the Church Center app. If you want to keep up with us, make sure to follow us on social, check out our website, and sign up for our email newsletters. And that's what's happening at Celebration Church. Let's continue to love God, love people, and change the world. And now a message from Pastor Roger.
Good morning, Celebration Church. It's an honor to be with you today. On whatever kind of device you're streaming on, I just want to say welcome. Let's get into it. Let's talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is foundational to our Christian faith, and yet so often we struggle with it personally. We have belief that God forgives, that God freely forgives, that He offers forgiveness to the sins of the whole world, past, present, and future. We believe that God lets us off the hook for our sinful crime, and yet so many times we struggle to forgive other people. Isn't that funny how we expect others to forgive us, but we also feel as though we have the right to hold others by their sin? The scripture says it like this. It says that Jesus says, He says, if we choose not to forgive others, we will not be forgiven. And that's a really hard passage to put alongside of our theology of justification by faith. The belief that God freely forgives us, that God freely accepts us. And yet He says, if we choose not to forgive someone else, we are holding ourselves accountable to God. We're, by our own decision, choosing to remain unforgiven. So how do we forgive somebody that offended us? Because that's the hard part. The reason we have to forgive people is because there's been a real hurt. Maybe it was something your parents said years ago. Maybe it was an ex-spouse and the feeling of betrayal that you went through. Maybe it's a teacher, a school teacher that you just feel was unfair with you. I don't know who it is that you need to forgive or that you've struggled to forgive over the years. But I do know this, is that unforgiveness is like it's like one of those arrows that the people in Brazil, when they take the arrow and they dip it in the frog juice and then they shoot it at a monkey. That arrow goes into the frog, and you can take the arrow out of the frog, but the poison from the frog juice is what kills the monkey. And in the same way, we can go through life and we can be hit by arrows that really aren't that bad, but because there's unforgiveness attached to that wound, the toxins from it will go through our entire system, and it'll affect those around us, and it'll kill us inside. So we've got to forgive. We've got to forgive. I think our biggest struggle in forgiveness is that we just don't understand forgiveness. We feel like forgiving somebody is the same thing as saying, it's not a big deal. It's okay. It really didn't hurt. And that's not what forgiveness is at all. In fact, I see this with little children. As kids, we are taught to say, it's okay. When somebody does us wrong and they apologize, we are taught to say, it's okay. And that's not the truth. Like when my kids, say one of my kids steals something from another kid, and then they apologize, saying, it's okay. That's not true. It's not okay that you stole my hairbrush. It's not okay that you broke my toy. It's not okay. Instead, in our home, we teach our kids to say, I accept your apology. Because it's not okay that you yelled at them. It's not okay that one of them hit the other one. It's not okay. Instead, they say, I accept your apology. Please don't do it again. Because forgiveness is not us saying, it's okay. Forgiveness is also not us saying, I want to be back in the same place our relationship once was. Forgiveness is not us restoring the relationship to where it was. That's restoration. And that requires someone that is actually sorry. That requires someone that's willing to pay restitution for what they did wrong. So if they stole money from you, they're willing, like, you can forgive them, but they still owe you $100. Like, in order to restore the relationship, they've got to provide restitution. They've got to pay you the $100 back. And then also, it requires, like, building the relationship back requires restoration of trust over time. So to get a relationship back to where it was, it's going to take somebody being sorry. It's going to take somebody being willing to pay it back. It's going to take somebody that's willing to put in the time, perhaps years, to get a relationship back where it once was. Forgiveness is not that. Forgiveness is us saying, I choose to forgive you. I choose to let you off the hook. Forgiveness is not us saying like I forget the wrong that you did towards me, right? Forgive and forget. No, forgive and forget is garbage. Like, just forgive and forget. That's what people that did wrong things say. They hold it guilty. They hold it over your head by saying, "Oh, just forgive and forget." Like, if you remember it, you're a bad person. No. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Only God has a sea of forgetfulness. Forgiveness is us saying, "I forgive, and I choose to never bring it up again." Forgiveness is us saying, I forgive, and every time it comes back to my mind, I choose to forgive again, and I choose never to bring it up again. So we when we forgive people, I think often the way we forgive them is we just say, like, I forgive you for what you did wrong in my life. But I really believe that when I look at Scripture, I see a God of abundance. Jesus is the kind of guy that goes above and beyond. And when he forgives people, he goes beyond. Like he restores, like he brings more back into people's life when he forgives them. So the way that we forgive people is not to simply say, I forgive you. But there's got to be more to it than that. We forgive them for the actual thing. When I think of people that I've needed to forgive over my life, the first thing that comes to mind is people that have offended me. And I've got to recognize that there are people in my life that have hurt me over the years, and those are the ones I need to forgive, but not just in general. So I can think of leaders that didn't believe in me, leaders that didn't want what's best for me, that were actually out for their own success and were willing to walk on anyone to get there. And I can say, like I just forgive you for doing me wrong, or I can truly forgive. And true forgiveness looks like saying, like, I forgive you for the times that you told me that I had no voice, that I had nothing worthwhile to say. I forgive you for the times when you took advantage of me financially, and it had huge implications in my family life. I forgive you for placing requirements on me that were unbiblical and ungodly. And I forgive you for putting those expectations on my life. And I forgive you for not believing in me, even though I wanted you to believe in me. This is the first part of forgiveness. When we forgive, it's not general. We forgive for specific things. And the second part is this. We then, just like Jesus, we then bless that area of pain. So I would forgive that way, and then I would say, and I just want to bless you. And I want to bless you that those people in your life that you want the most to believe in you, that they would all believe in you. I'm going to bless you that no one would ever take advantage of you financially. I bless you that those you care about most in life would support you and be behind you and be with you. And this is what forgiveness looks like, guys. It looks like forgiving specific things, not just people, specific things that happened, and then blessing those areas in their life. So when we forgive somebody, we don't just forgive and forget. We forgive and bless. We forgive and we bless. Church family, right now, I wonder if there's somebody that you need to forgive. Someone you need to forgive. And not just someone you need to forgive in general, but what do you need to forgive them for? Is it that they never came to your baseball games when you were a kid? Is it because they didn't give you a loan when you thought you needed a loan? Here's another way to ask the question. Who or what are you blaming? Who or what are you blaming? Because I promise the areas that you need to forgive are found in that question. And why are you blaming? Is it because she didn't give you a second date? Is it because he betrayed you and betrayed the covenant of marriage? Forgive the specific area of pain and then bless them with the blessing that you wish you had experienced. This is forgiveness. So Lord, right now, I pray that you would give us a moment, like as we search our hearts and we search our souls. God, I pray you'd reveal to us areas and people that we're blaming for our frustrations, that we're blaming for our pain. And I pray right now that we'd have the courage to forgive, the courage to let somebody off the hook and go a step further and bless them in that pain. So church family, right now, before you sign off, who do you need to forgive? Forgive them and bless them. Let's worship together.
Who shakes the whole earth with holy thunder?
If you just gave your life to Christ, we're so excited and so proud of you. But we don't want to leave you hanging. So fill out the link in the description below so we can send you next steps. Every week, we want to send you off with a blessing. So say this with me. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you next week.